prank in Challengers. In fact, I think it was he who did it when we had that big meme where I just...
Yeah, I think he was actually the crank.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to do together.
Yeah, and even though they can't break and then topple Duro, they certainly can push him in.
Yeah. As it turns out, Duro's aggro range just isn't that large, and you can just kind of walk around and everything's fine.
Oh!
He's going to connect! And the Blade Caller comes on through. Gumayusi staying alive. The flash comes out, but he's in the alcove, and then he's dead. Carrier trying to play Gatekeeper, and Ona's moved on over as well. Duro going to be able to get the knock up there, and it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but I think Gen.G are okay with how this one has eventuated. Gives him the good old thumbs up, and finally does take down the Xayah.
Yeah, so that's the hook you're looking for. That's the one. All it takes is one. You get that angle.
We'll be able to reform the Phalanx.
Wild flash there from Carrier going in. Doesn't get anything for it, as we are just going to reset here a little bit. Double stun is pretty big.
Yeah, you can see Ona here as well under a little bit of fire as Gumayusi fighting Ruler. Guma wanting to get a few of these autos, but Ruler gets into the fog of war. Duro is in so much trouble. Knockup does come in as Canyon. There's a lot of bad guys here. Ruler trying to offer the damage back. Ona is in trouble, but he's calculated it, and he will survive. A disaster for Gen.G around the grubs.
Yeah, it looked so good for them to start it off, but this comp is so squishy. And Canyon now for T1 plus that grub advantage.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they didn't secure any afterwards, so I take it back.
Okay, well, Chovy is going to throw down the gravity field, and Faker going to get caught up by that, and the hook comes in once again. 2 turret shots onto Carrier. Chaos Storm means that Drew actually picks it up with the last tick of Ignite, and he's going to get flung back with
that one hook that he had really helped stave off that Caitlyn pressure quite substantially. Keen here is Cassante.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if this will be successful.
I think he has the all-out as well, and he's going to use it. Brings Doran underneath the turret, and there's the Glacial Prison. It was all a bait, ladies and gentlemen. And Doran even grabs himself the kill. Teleport
over
here.
The top lane, go into the mid lane as well. Duro wants an angle on Faker here.
All right, well, Duro is just going to light him on fire. Lands the hook there. Bowling Ball is going to connect. Seismic shove to buy some space, but Faker's getting sleepy. It's getting late in the day, and Chovy burns him down with the Death Ray. That should now be an angle on the Dragon if they'd like it, but the bottom lane for T1 is pushed really far up as this cannon minion finally will be taken down. Keen unable to get that one.
It will be T1s as there's no answer from Gen.G whatsoever as more and more gold goes over.
And it's so likely that T1 just pick up feats of strength as well. He is just able to walk himself back. It is going to still spell the end of his turret, and Doran will be able to get so much extra gold here. You can see 1.5k and feats of strength, my god.
Yeah, natural prio that a Caitlyn gets in bottom or mid or in top if she's lane swapped up there. They're just saying, okay, Caitlyn's fine, she'll start to narrowly stack up these advantages.
And now the Rift Herald just going down, slowly but surely here. Canyon in position to try and contest. Seismic shove going wide. And that gives Canyon an opportunity to go in. Information advantage here for Gen.G, as it is going to be Ona with the smite. An early one there, unfortunately, for Canyon, as Ona has to flash to get out of the way. Keen tanks up the seismic shove nicely, and he is not going to be able to re-engage as they get some information. But out they go. Carrier looks for the Tempered Fate, does lock down Keen. Oh, Doran actually the first one to fall in the fight. Keen eventually falls down as they trade top laners, but Ona is going to be safe. And it's a 1-for-1.
Grouping to Dragon now with the prio. They just have prio seemingly everywhere where they need it, especially. And it's this Jax, this Caitlyn, that gives them first rotation. And that's going to be the second Dragon. We'll see what soul we get. Maybe your Cloud this time. Nope, that's already a first one, so.
Yeah, I think Doran is where a lot of the T1 chips are in. As Keen standing on top of a ward. That is not what he wants, as he should be able to absorb some of this CC, but not able to absorb all of it. Eventually has to flash. And will use it to get out of there. But the rest of T1 now grouped up. They've got a minion wave and they've got an inner turret, and they have 4 people looking to try and take this one down. Canyon spinning. Duro's getting on in here as the Tempered Fate will lock down 2, but the tower is not one of them. Now Canyon trying to spin around here, looking for the Lilting Lullaby as Doran will melt. And now Faker and Ruler facing off. It's like a tale as old as time, but this time Gumayusi going to be there with the ace in the hole. That is going to spell a disengage there from Ruler.
Yeah, Faker versus Ruler in the mid lane.
Another flash. Duro
Always
is activating, man. Activating Hex Splash.
He is. Faker versus Ruler in the mid lane is always a classic. Been some big moments across the years, especially at Worlds, but we're still in first match of regular season. The trade here will be Gen.G, get Chovy to push and take out this turret. This is where the team fighting can actually start to work, in theory.
Yeah, ooh, bowling ball, barely going to miss on a Faker, but does land on the Gumushi there, as we can see.
I think this should
wanting to get in position. They're going to look for a fight. They're looking for Chovy, but Keen lands the Q. There's the hook, the 1-2-3 punch onto Faker, and it's Ruler that takes him down. The Chaos Storm now doing work as Chovy. He got out of there with a flash, but now he's getting back in. And Doran just trying to play this one defensively. Gen.G finally winning a fight and getting an objective.
Really important fight here for Gen.G, and they finally got to take it on their terms.
Oh, nice little Glacial Prison there from Ona, but unfortunately not a lot of follow-up.
Yeah, it's pretty tanky. Cassante, they're going to turn this into a turret as well. Carryout nearly caught by that hook from should be able to defend.
The topside vision here for T1 is absurd.
It's pretty crazy, and they're not utilizing it to start an objective just yet, although, as I say, if Faker goes in.
Yeah, there's a brilliant Tempered Fate there on to Chovy. And Ona has engaged, but I don't know whether they really want this because Keen looking for an angle. Doran is teleported in, but he might get Sleepy pushed back towards the Baron Pit. There's the all-out from Keen. Wanted to get him over the wall, but now he's 1v2, and the other 4 are looking for the rest of T1. Doran likely the first one to go down, but Keen is getting lower and lower, and it's Gumushi there to defend his top laner. Chovy, I don't know about that one, really wanted to kill his ex-top lane player. But no one
could attempt to steal, as they don't know that he's there. He has that control ward too.
Yeah, Weaver's all going to come in. Yeah, Carrier is the one that checks. As Ruler, Featherstorm is going to break that one. He looks for Faker, but he doesn't get it. The Seismic Shove going to connect with Faker is still going to be dead. There goes the Talia to start this one off. Duro finds the hook onto Ona. That's going to force the flash, and now Chovy comes in with the follow-up damage, and one after the other, the T1 players are falling. Ruler gets in there with those feathers. And the Baron should be next on the menu.
That might have been the game-winning moment there for Gen.G. Game will surely be lost if they take both objectives. They feel priced into the play. This is moments, of course, before where Canyon's able to actually buffer this. The Tempered Fate catches him objectives off of this, and that might be enough to really push them over the edge and win this game. They're taking the Otacon as we speak. T1 are.
Yeah, T1 have actually got on top of this. The Drake was picked up by Gen.G, but Gen.G also get into position to try and fight for the Otacon. Remember, this is not voracious. You don't just get the withdrawals as the Tempered Fate goes wide. So does the Glacial Prison. Chovy still not, sorry, Canyon not able to get the smite. And he also has to flash out of the way. So T1, they're the ones that get the buff, but unfortunately they don't.
Is it going to be the biggest? As you can see, Gen.G are the ones who have all the blood pedal stacks here. The secure of the objective not as important with this one as it is with the voracious, but still.
And also, I actually misspoke. I thought, like, when I looked up to the top of the screen, I saw, like, there's an Infernal Dragon that was taken. That was the one that was taken earlier.
Yeah.
Gen.G just took the Baron and then went home.
Yeah.
And T1 booked it to the Otacon to try and take that one. So
that was
still a bunch of fight left in this team.
It's really risky to go straight from Baron into Fantastic time. But Gen.G, with this play, they push Faker away. That's a lot of the wave clear gone. There's that TP. There's the voice.
Oh my god, look at how quickly this Baron goes down. Ona is trying to get into position. They have the Weaver's Wall. T1 know exactly what's going on as the Tempered Fate is going to delay the fight for a little while. Down to 3,000. Ona gets into the pit though, and Gen.G need to go down to 3, and it's Carrier that takes the Baron. What the actual hell? But Gen.G is still looking to win the fight. Keen finds the knockback, and Ruler is starting to layer these kills. But it's Gumushi trying to kite, and he gets death rayed by Chovy. Ruler left alive, but so is the Goad, and Keen, he cannot kill him, and he'll let him slink off into the fog of war. The teleport to get Faker out as he denies the Baron, but he won't be able to deny the Dragon.
Yeah, he'll have some Baron-empowered minions to help slow this siege here. Ruler just has this one cannon minion, but look at how quickly he can take out this turret. Once it's gone, he should be able to then take out the inhibitor. Faker going to get some health back and maybe come over here and try to contest, but I just don't think it's worth it. Too risky to win the 1v1 against a 4-item Xayah. Down he goes. And it goes to Carrier, but unfortunately Owner is on the wrong side of the fight. After this, does get picked off, and Ruler is going to be able to help carry with Chovy.
Putting their cards towards this Dragon, which will go down so extremely fast. I like that Ruler changed position there as they think that they've caught Canyon, but the follow-up is just not there. Faker
Good Mikhails.
Yeah, going to get Mikhails so that he doesn't fall asleep, but Ona is going to get slowed down. Chovy on a flank angle, the flanking Victor, and they look like they've caught Gumayusi. The Chaos Storm goes down as they take the magical journey to get them to safety.
Crazy
and now
TP.
a teleport from Doran, who dives in on top of Chovy, does keep himself alive. The Tempered Fate to save the top laner, and it's all just, please can we disengage on both sides? And they will agree to terms.
So many.
So dangerous, but the Lilting Lullaby still with a few seconds left before that comes off cooldown.
Doran on a flank again.
Yeah. Keen, not really a target that he's looking for, but Ruler is right up there, actually looking for Ona. The amount of damage these feathers do is absurd, as Chovy as well, just pushing them back.
It's Baron time. They're just going to rush over and try to take this out.
Yeah.
T1 are going to trade it for Infernal Soul, but their base is the one that's open.
And it's Soul Point, it's not even Soul, so the Baron, so much more important here for Gen.G at this point in time.
Absolutely.
They will be able to take this
Try
one.
to back away, try to play this one out for the next objective. But surviving this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Last time they didn't have the seeds, but this time Mikhail's used there to guarantee there's no follow-up there on the Guma. They're going to clear this wave again, but Chovy's got this inhibitor on his mind. It's open, and down it goes.
Yep, that is the inhibitor.
And, I mean, now Gen.G still have a
30
little bit of Baron left.
30 seconds.
They could try to collapse here onto T1 on that bottom turret as well. Something's going to have to give here.
Yeah, and Gen.G, they know that they have the advantage as they can push these minions in.
T1 may have to just find an engage. They may have to find an angle, otherwise it's just going to get worn out of this game.
Yeah, that is just going to be the turret falling down, though. T1 realizing that they're going to have to defend under their Nexus turrets if they're going to do so.
Get on top of them.
And T1 can't really find an angle there. Finally, the Weaver's Wall comes in again, but it is used just defensively as the Glacial Prison flies out once more, but
Baron's
it's not
done.
used to engage.
Baron's done. Minions are running out.
Oh, the hook barely going wide there as Doran goes in, but he's just going to explode. Goes golden, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Tempered Fate there to start that one off, but he gets the leap strike out and he survives.
The turrets are still pretty healthy here. Does Gen.G have to wait for this wave of super minions?
Another turret going to fall down. 3 inhibitors will be taken by Gen.G. And T1, they're going to have to hard commit on something.
T1 out this bottom wave.
Quadra Infernal Soul has now been picked up by Gen.G.
I just don't think they can backdoor or anything like that.
Oh, the hook is going to connect onto Ona. Keen going to push him back, but now Faker gets in there. They know that they have to commit to something as Chovy is also taken relatively low. The Chaos Storm in answer, though. And Canyon and Ruler, they're staying on the Baron.
They're staying on the Baron. T1 can't get there quickly enough. It's just gone.
Yep, just taken. And Gen.G, they sacrifice half the health bar on Chovy. Still has flashes. Canyon's looking for an angle. Oh, Gumayusi good. Keen. Another hook is going to go wide this time. As inhibitors, all of them now on the floor. And oh my God, Gumayusi. That headshot is exactly that. As now Keen, he's down low. The 3-man Tempered Fate. This might be the angle that they're looking for. The Featherstorm now on cooldown. But Gen.G, as long as they can walk. Too much.
Okay. Teleport coming through here from Keen. They're looking to take out this mid inhibitor. Make it happen. Tempered Fate, 1 second. It's back up. What do you got, Carrier? Where's the angle?
Oh, another hook this time. Going to get sidestepped by Ona beautifully. Tempered Fate connects. It's only on to Canyon this time around. Seismic shove, and Duro is already dead. Canyon goes down as well. T1, this might be the opportunity. This might be the angle, but Keen is a raid boss. Another double shove onto Chovy and Ruler. But they are able to walk their way out still. It's Keen that's on the floor. And now T1, if you kill these two, they are just dead. Chovy, the one that could tank it, teleport to get Faker in there. And Ruler, he's got a Featherstorm, but he does not have his life. Ona goes down, Chovy against the wall, and he gets 2.
That's massive that Chovy's able to get those 2. There's so many standing structures up for Gen.G.
I mean, Faker and the death
race! Chovy gets him! Chovy, you psychopath! He's got TP, but he's not going to be able to use it here. He's just going to go home.
Oh my God!
Wait, no, he's actually going to get TP in. He actually goes home and TP's in. Faker, not fast enough to get back.
He's got an army of minions. He has an army of minions and 1 Nexus turret between him and a regular season Game 3 victory against T1.
How good's the wave clear now? Alone against Chovy. Not good enough, Atlas.
The seismic shove is going to go wide. These Nexus turrets go down so quickly. Chovy is going to do it in the most heart-wrenching 3rd game of any regular season of all time, and Gen.G will do it.
Chovy with the plays there at the end. If he doesn't get those kills.